Hey everybody, welcome to another Fun in 5. Today I'm bringing you a game called Sagrada. This is a game of dice drafting and window crafting designed by Daryl Andrews and Adrian Adamescu, if I pronounce that right. Love the box, it's got a nice glimmer to it, gives you that stained glass feel that's thematic throughout the game. So what do I like about Sagrada? Well, for the first thing, and I think it's most obvious that you see in all the pictures if you ever look at Instagram or Facebook or other posts about games, is the dice in Sagrada. And it might seem like a simple thing, but they're translucent colored dice. I don't know how that shines, but I'll bring a few up on the screen here. But I just love the way they look once you have them ready to choose from, once you get them on your board, when you're trying to figure out how they match up on your windows. Just the dice feel good, real simple to roll. There's so many of them. All of these come with the base game, and you got to dig your hand in each round and pull out however many dice that you're going to roll, depending on how many players you have. And it's just good feeling and great color. So I think components-wise, the dice are a great thing to have, and they make the game a fun dice placement game. Second thing I like is these boards, these window boards. So what happens is each player gets one of these player mats, and inside there is a board that helps kind of guide you on what your restrictions are, where you can get some bonus points depending on how you're playing. And so for this one here, for example, I can only put 5s on certain spots. I can only put a 4 on that spot. I can only put a blue die on that spot. So I have to follow those rules to place my dice. And some of them are more difficult than others. They've got little pips on the cards to represent how difficult those are. I'll put a couple of those on the screen as well. But I just like the player boards and how the window frames fit into them. And there's so many different kinds that you might not play the same one more than once for 20 or 30 games. If you even play the game that often. I mean, if you're playing as many games as I do, you don't play the same game 20 or 30 times. But that variation and that possibility is there, so you may very rarely play the same window board. So that's cool, and you'll never play the same window board in tandem with some of the other stuff in the game, from what I can gather. So that's the second thing I like. The third thing I like is what you're playing them in tandem with. So that is the objective cards and the tool cards. So there are public objective cards there's 3 face up on the table, and then each player gets their own individual objective card. And so you're able to earn additional points instead of just the base way that you get points in the game. You can earn additional points by following these rules and by the special color card that you have. So I like that it gives you a framework, much like your window frame restricts you. The objectives and the tools give you things to work with to help guide how you can take advantage of dice placement and get the most points, the most bang for your buck. So that's a cool part about it. Fourth thing I like about this game is the dice drafting aspect of it. So yes, we roll the dice at the beginning of the round, but then they become into a public pool. And each turn you go around and you have to pick which dice you're going to grab. And you're going to be playing partly for your own gains, what can you do for your own board, but you may also be looking at what your opponent's restrictions are and paying attention to the objective cards. And you may be what we call hate drafting if you've ever played Magic the Gathering. Sometimes you will pull a card you don't even need for your deck, just to sabotage the player next to you or to make their deck less efficient. And you might be doing the same thing with dice. You may find this dice useful, but you may find that your opponent would be even more set up if they got that blue 6. So you might take the blue 6 just to prevent your opponent from doing so. And might be a jerk move to do, but it's also a very strategic and thinking forward move to do, because you might still end up getting that die you wanted down the road if nobody else actually needs it, or that the benefits of you getting that die could be outweighed by the benefits of the opponent getting the die that you didn't really want but want to stop them from getting. And that's the same with many card drafting games. So love the fact that dice drafting is included in this dice placement game, because it gives you a little bit of feeling of influence over what's happening to your opponents. And really that's the only influence you have. You can't control what cards they're playing with. You can't truly control what tools they might use. You can't control what card they're going to get. So that is your only way to influence your opponents and kind of take advantage of knowing what's happening around you. So that's a lot to talk about. Number 4. Fifth thing I like is the solo mode of the game. So in the original rule set that I have, there is a solo mode option. What you're doing is you're playing against a specific target score, and you get to use again, you still use objectives. The objectives change up a little bit with the solo mode, but it's nice that it has it built into the original game that you can play by yourself in this delightfully looking game. Get your board all created and even take a picture of it. They even include a card here just to say, hey, I'm a master artisan. I'm a window crafter, if you will. So I thought that was a cool part of it. And there you have it. That is Sagrada, some things that I like about it. We've played this game quite a few times. I haven't played it lately, but I do have good memories of playing it. I think the most frustrating part is when you realize at the end of the game that, oh no, I illegally placed my dice there. So there's even rules to help backpedal from that or to void out some points from that. But anyway, playing it solo is fun as well and gives you, it's kind of like doing your own little crossword puzzle. It's just a nice little mental break and reprieve from the daily grind. All right, well, thank you for watching. Take care.